Welcome to the Bridging China to the World podcast, a weekly audio flash that delivers China's policy pulse, tech breakthroughs, and ecological wonders before your coffee even cools. This week, we're skipping the gossip and skipping the punchlines. We're diving into government documents that don't just sit in filing cabinets, they rewrite the playbook. From Tianjin's Global Governance Initiative to the City Glow-Up Plan, and the bold AI Plus strategy that's turning algorithms into national identity, these aren't just policy papers. They're the brushstrokes painting China's economic future. Wondering what China's really up to? You're in the right place. Today, we'll read between the lines, and between the bridges, batteries, and yes, even robot antelopes, to see how strategy becomes reality. Ready? Let's go.
Dear friend, as the world oscillates between fragmentation and reinvention, China is anchoring its future in policy, bold, strategic, and unapologetically ambitious. This issue spotlights three defining moves: urban renewal that rewrites the philosophy of governance, a global governance initiative that challenges unilateralism with institutional clarity, and the AI plus C strategy that reimagines national identity through intelligent transformation. Let's break down this issue's highlights in 5 minutes, from policy pivots to tech-powered ecosystems, from green infrastructure to robot antelopes. But this is more than a single issue. Bridging China to the world is a living lens into China's evolving global posture. To subscribe is to stay ahead of narratives, of shifts, of opportunities. To overlook this publication, even briefly, may mean missing the deeper logic behind China's transformation and the opportunity to engage with it constructively. History doesn't wait for the hesitant. So let's dive in. Policies and State Affairs, SCO Tianjin Meeting's Global Governance Plan, hitting the reset button on world cooperation. Let's break it down. http://swirl CNUEQ4C. Let's break down China's City Glow-Up Plan. No jargon, just vibes. Let's break it down. http://quirl CNVV4E5C. China's government goes all in on AI+. Let's break it down. http://quirl CNC6KHFD Energy and Environmental Protection. The Power Planning Institute's 6 reports. Your no-nonsense guide to China's energy future. Let's break it down. http://quirl CNXTJOB. China's EV charging game is low-key blowing up. Folks, the numbers from China's National Energy Administration just dropped, and they're wild. As of late July, we've got a whopping 696 million EV charging ports nationwide. Let that sink in. With China's 4 billion people, that's roughly 1 port for every 84 folks. And the growth? A crazy 53% year over year, like adding 23,000 new ports every single day. Break it down. Public ports, the ones at malls or by the road. 202 million, up 38%. Yo, why? Now finding a public charger's easier than scoring a parking spot on a Saturday. Private ports, the My Spot, My Charger ones. 494 million, of 58. 8% jump. These days, most EV owners just plug in at home overnight, same vibe as charging your phone. And the cars? We've got 89 million EVs on the road. That's like 3 Beijing's worth of people driving electric. This first half of the year alone, 622 million new EVs got registered, up 86%. Well, why? Drive around now, 1 out of 5 cars you see is a green plate EV. Here's the real flex. For every 2 EVs, there's 1 charging port. 3 years ago, it was 5 EVs fighting over 1 port. Now, no more stressing about where to charge. No wonder everyone's ditching gas cars. Cheaper to run, easier to charge. The gas station era? Yeah, it's slowly bowing out. Going green low carbon. Tech's the real MVP. Here, let's keep it real. If we want to go green and cut carbon, tech's gotta be our ride or die. Industrial wastewater. We need tech to clean that mess right. Coal? Gotta use it in a way that's not trash for the planet. Tech's how we pull that off. Car emissions? Can't just guess if they're bad. We need data to cheng, spy on, basically, like a hawk. Take the Baihatan hydropower station, for example. It's like a giant green energy vending machine, cranking out clean power from the river. Recently, they hooked it up with a super smart bodyguard system, 1,000 plus monitors watching 24/7. They track every little thing, if the station's warping, leaking, feeling too much pressure, or even just overheating. This thing doesn't just watch, though. It auto-analyzes, judges what's up, and yells a warning if something's off. It's like giving the power station a fancy, smart brain to keep that green energy engine running smooth and safe. Total game changer. Qingdao's got a zero-carbon Ironman building, 100% green power, 2,500 tons of carbon gone. Move over, Tony Stark. Qingdao just built something even cooler. Standing 117 meters tall and wrapped in solar glass, this futuristic tower isn't just flexing its looks. It's the world's first super-stage zero-carbon building, and it's already walking the talk. Powered by sunshine, literally. This building doesn't just sit there looking shiny, it generates its own electricity. The east, west, and south facades are covered in photovoltaic glass that turns sunlight into power. And instead of converting it to AC like most buildings, it runs directly on DC, cutting out energy loss. It's like giving your building a solar-powered IV drip. Hidden energy system. Batteries below, brains above. Underneath the building, 14 sets of repurposed EV batteries quietly soak up excess solar power during the day and release it when the grid needs a boost. Think of it as a basement full of energy squirrels hoarding sunlight for rainy days. And it doesn't stop there. The building is connected to a virtual power plant that can tap into 300 electric vehicles parked nearby. These cars aren't just commuting, they're moonlighting as mobile power banks. Together, they contribute up to 3,000 kilowatt of green electricity daily. The numbers that matter. 75% of the building's electricity comes from renewable sources, 6,000 kilowatt a day of clean energy generated and stored zero-carbon certification, achieved through real-time energy tracking, 2,500 tons of CO emissions eliminated annually. That's like taking 500 cars off the road. Smart, stylish, and strategic. This isn't just a pretty building with a solar tan. It's a prototype for how China plans to decarbonize its cities, combining architecture, mobility, and grid tech into one seamless system. It's got brains, brawn, and a climate conscience. So yes, it looks like Iron Man, but it acts like a climate superhero. Infrastructure and construction, driving through clouds. Some bridges connect places. This one connects dimensions. In the misty mountains of Guizhou, China has just finished testing a bridge so tall, so dramatic, it might as well come with a seatbelt warning for your soul. The Huajiang Canyon Bridge, now officially the tallest in the world, stands 625 meters above the riverbed, high enough to make birds nervous. It's not just tall, it's long, too. With a main span of 1420 meters and a total length of nearly 9 kilometers, the bridge stretches across the canyon like a silver ribbon tossed by a giant. It links Anshun and Tianjin, two regions that used to be separated by hours of winding mountain roads. Now, 2 minutes flat. Blink and you're on the other side. But before anyone could cruise through the clouds, engineers had to make sure the bridge could handle the pressure. Literally. In August 2025, they rolled out 96 heavy-duty trucks, each loaded to the brim, and parked them across the bridge deck. That's 360 tons of steel, rubber, and diesel just sitting there, daring the bridge to flinch. It didn't. Sensors embedded throughout the structure monitored every twitch and tremble. The verdict? Rock solid. No cracks, no drama, just quiet confidence. And here's the twist. This bridge isn't just a road, it's a destination. Plans are underway for cliffside elevators, a skywalk for thrill seekers, a cable car system, and even a canyon view hotel. It's part of China's bridge tourism integration strategy, turning infrastructure into adventure. So yes, you can now drive through clouds. But don't be surprised if you end up staying for the view, the coffee, and maybe a selfie that looks like you're floating above the earth. This isn't just an engineering marvel. It's China's newest tourism landmark. AI World AI-powered government services from 20 days to 10 minutes. Guangzhou's market entity scale has reached a milestone. The total number has officially crossed the 4 million mark. In the first 7 months of this year, 5,484 new market entities were registered, with a year-on-year surge of 57.3%. This growth rate fully shows the economic vitality of this city as the core engine of the Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau, Greater Bay Area. Intelligent transformation is now the engine behind Guangzhou's booming business scene. The full-process electronic registration system has created a robust digital government ecosystem. At its core, an AI-powered approval system that slashes license processing time from 20 days to just 10 minutes. A whopping 99% of market entities choose online applications, forming a new government service pattern of cloud-based registration as the mainstay, offline processing as a supplement. A deep learning-based self-service name application system has boosted name verification efficiency by 80%. For business scope registration, semantic analysis enables intelligent matching of standardized expressions, totally bidding farewell to the tedious traditional manual name verification process. What's even more groundbreaking is the integrated license and certificate handling smart platform. It breaks down data barriers across 31 departments using blockchain technology, allowing simultaneous application and parallel approval of business licenses and operation permits. The reform of obtaining a business license first, then permits, covers 288 industry fields, making it a common practice for enterprises to start operations right after getting the license. Currently, 100% of the whole life cycle matters for enterprises, such as changes and cancellations, can be handled online. The intelligent customer service system handles over 2,000 inquiries on average every day. Government services have evolved from simply being accessible to becoming truly intelligent and user-friendly. This commercial system reform, driven by AI technology and digital government services, is turning Guangzhou into a smart benchmark for the business environment across the country, injecting sustained digital momentum into more than 4 million market entities. Nationwide rollout is already accelerating, with other cities beginning to adopt similar intelligent approval systems. From AI Plus to data highways, inside China's Big Data Showcase. The Guiyang Big Data Expo wrapped up on August 30th, quietly but unmistakably. Over the course of 3 days, it drew 16,000 guests from across the globe, with 375 Chinese and international enterprises showcasing their latest innovations. A total of 55,000 attendees joined 89 events, and the once abstract idea of digital and intelligent empowerment stepped off the podium and into real life. Inside the exhibition halls, big data wasn't just a concept, it was working overtime. Car welding pass rates soared to a staggering 98%, while agricultural sensors boosted water use efficiency by 40% in the arid Northwest. And blockchain logistics, that was a whole new level. Every data point for containers traveling from Shanghai to Rotterdam was recorded on-chain, allowing shippers to track their cargo in real time, just like checking a parcel delivery. These weren't just upgrades, they were full-blown industrial glow-ups. The AI Experience Zone felt like a glimpse into tomorrow. Brain-computer interfaces helped ALS patients type using only their eye movements, tripling communication speed. Guiyang's digital twin system recreated the entire old city in virtual space, predicting waterlogging 10 minutes ahead of time, and an AI-powered bank customer service bot. It handled 5,000 clients simultaneously with a 98.7% speech recognition rate and the ability to detect emotions from voice tone. If AI had a resume, this would be its overachiever at work moment. Beyond the tech, the expo became a stage for global cooperation. Germany's Industry 4, Zero Solutions, Africa's mineral data needs, and data assets from 31 Chinese provinces all converged. The Guiyang Initiative on Global Data Element Circulation received endorsements from 30 countries. Meanwhile, the massive data light column on the central screen pulsed upward, like a smart network of global data flows weaving itself over Guiyang. Even after the expo ended, Guiyang streets kept the momentum going. Smart taxis and interactive storefronts showed how data is quietly reshaping everyday life. As one academician put it, here you can feel the pulse of industrial change for the next 10 years. Science and research. There's a moon training ground hiding underground. There's a moon training ground hiding underground. And it's not sci-fi. Back in June, a quietly ambitious Earth-Moon Link project landed at Jingpo Lake in Heilongjiang. Led by Peking University, the initiative brought together a dream team of research institutions: Zhejiang University, Harbin Institute of Technology, Southern University of Science and Technology, alongside tech players like the Beijing Academy of Artificial Intelligence, Longruan Technology, and Digital Green Earth. Together with the Jingpo Lake Administrative Committee, they've transformed volcanic lava tubes beneath the lake into a lunar-like underground base for teaching and field training. Picture this. Deep beneath the surface, the lava tubes are dark, winding, and raw. The rock walls bear the scars of ancient eruptions, and the terrain is just as unpredictable as the moon's underground caves. It's basically a natural deep space simulation site. Researchers and students no longer have to wait for a moon landing to practice. They can test how exploration robots navigate tricky terrain, experiment with collecting rock core samples, and even simulate building underground lunar communication systems. Every bit of technical experience gained here is a hard-earned skill banked for future deep space missions. Who would have guessed that the mysterious underworld of Jingpo Lake would become an early training ground for China's moon and Mars ambitions? It's clever, it's quiet, and it's very, very real. Huge news in the medical circle, big news just dropped in the medical world. And it's wild. A Chinese team has officially pulled off something that sounds straight out of sci-fi. They transplanted a gene-edited pig lung into a human. Yep, you read that right. And it's not just a lab experiment. It made it into nature medicine, which means the global medical community is paying attention. Here's how it went down. The team from Guangzhou Medical University picked a Bama miniature pig that had gone through 6 rounds of genetic editing. Then they transplanted its left lung into a brain-dead patient. Why a pig? Because the shortage of human lung donors is no joke. Every year, thousands of patients wait and never get the call. But this pig lung? It worked. For 9 full days, it ventilated and exchanged gases like a champ. No acute rejection. Even the usual hiccups like edema started to fade. The lead surgeon called it a key step towards solving the organ shortage crisis. And honestly, it's hard to disagree. The team's already working on refining the gene editing process and plans to use their own tube-free tech to reduce lung damage. Just imagine, one day pig organs could be like spare parts for humans. For people stuck in medical limbo, this could be the lifeline they've been hoping for. Agriculture and animal husbandry. Guardian of lucid waters and lush mountains, the Fifth Academy of China, Aerospace Science and Technology Corporation, has embarked on a bold cross-boundary mission, guarding China's lucid waters and lush mountains with aerospace-grade tech. By leveraging satellite remote sensing, they've built an integrated air-space-ground monitoring network. Satellites serve as watchtowers in orbit, drones and ground sensors act as scouts, and together they bring forests, farmlands, and rivers under a unified digital health check. Even the well-being of tree leaves and the clarity of river water can now be tracked in real time with remarkable precision. How powerful is this system? When monitoring ecological public welfare forests, satellites function as carbon calculators, measuring how much CO each forest absorbs and how much oxygen it releases annually. Fresh air becomes a quantifiable ecological asset, convertible into monetary value. For contracted rural land, the system transforms into a land appraiser, scientifically evaluating the ecological worth of land management rights based on indicators like crop growth and soil fertility. Even the number of frogs in a rice paddy might factor into the assessment. Its most impressive feature, pricing ecological products. The once vague value of lucid waters and lush mountains can now be instantly translated into hard numbers using satellite data. A forest's carbon sequestration capacity might equal a specific tonnage of coal. A river's water purification ability could correspond to a defined amount of ecological compensation. These values are then turned into tradable digital certificates. This technology is already delivering tangible benefits to forest rangers and farmers across multiple regions, making earning money by guarding green mountains not just a slogan, but a reality. It's no exaggeration to call it an intelligent accountant for ecological protection. AI-powered pastures, tech spices, up grassland grazing gone are the days of herding with horses and whips on the grasslands. Led by the Chinese Academy of Agricultural Sciences, a dream team of 9 research institutions has given traditional pastures a serious tech upgrade, using AI, satellite remote sensing, 5G, and other cutting-edge tools to turn millions of square kilometers of grassland into fully digital pastures. Smart grazing has officially jumped from sci-fi into real life. Picture this. Satellites act as sky eyes in orbit, drones double as scouts, and ground sensors serve as listening ears, together forming a top-tier airspace ground monitoring system. Even a blade of grass curling or a cow taking a step doesn't escape its watchful gaze. The smart collars worn by cattle and sheep are total social butterflies. They track health data in real time and decode behaviors to read the animal's moods. For instance, if a sheep loses its appetite, the collar sends out an alert immediately. And those virtual fences, they're even cooler, using sound waves and gentle electric pulses to mark boundaries, cutting fence costs by 70% while letting livestock roam freely within designated zones. All this tech feeds into the Jimumu cloud platform, the superbrain behind the operation. Herders can sit comfortably in their yurts, swipe their phones, and run cloud-based feeding routines or pasture health checks. The system is already showing its magic in multiple regions, and it's set to expand even faster. With this, grassland animal husbandry is saying goodbye to relying on the weather and stepping into a new era of fingertip grazing. Interesting tidbits. Did you know that a robot antelope just joined a real herd in Ho-Jil? No kidding. Deep in the uninhabited zone near Zhuonai Lake, a robot Tibetan antelope has successfully blended into a wild herd and migrated alongside them. This clever invention breaks through the usual limits of human wildlife observation. Instead of watching from afar, researchers can now follow the herd from within, gathering first-hand insights into movement patterns, social behavior, and environmental responses. It even collects biological samples like dung and placentas, helping scientists better understand reproductive cycles and health indicators. Developed by the Northwest Institute of Plateau Biology under the Chinese Academy of Sciences, This high-tech antelope is giving researchers a front-row seat to one of nature's most elusive migrations. Quiet, smart, and surprisingly social, it's changing the game for wildlife research. Like what you read, share it with someone curious, and subscribe on Substack to catch the next wave.
Thanks so much for tuning in. Maybe you're still hungry for more. After all, China's transformations are happening daily, and they're anything but subtle. We'd love to hear what topics you're curious about. Feel free to leave us a comment or drop us a message. You can also find more of our insights on YouTube. Just search for Bridging China to the World. Until next time, stay curious and stay connected.